Hey guys, my name is Spencer Coffman. Thank you for watching the Deception Tips videos. They're all about teaching you how to detect deception so that you can know whether or not someone is lying to you. Today we are going to talk about a cool tip that I've kind of hinted on in the past couple of videos. It is something where when asked a yes or no question, sometimes liars can give a quick response to that question, which is then followed by like a delayed explanation, or they give a slower response, such as stretching out the word and then the explanation comes. Now this is done to get the liar to give them a little bit of time to think about their answer. And now by think about their answer and by a little bit of time, we're not talking a lot here. We're not talking more than a couple seconds. Sometimes it's even a fraction of a second. It is something that happens very quick. So here it is, deception tip number 10. A quick answer of yes or no followed by a delayed explanation may suggest deception, as the person might have been thinking about their response. So this is very important to watch out for, because when you ask a yes or no question, a simple question with a yes or no response, it's very easy. It's cut and dry. Did you do something? Didn't you do something? Is your name so-and-so? The answer is yes or no. It's very, very simple. So anytime it takes a little bit longer to answer a yes or no question, you should automatically be suspicious, especially if that answer is immediate. So for example, you would say, is your name Spencer Coffman? If you're asking me, and then I would say, yes, but this, or yes, and then there's a delay. That delay is something that gives me a little bit more time to think about whatever my lie might be. Did you go to work yesterday, or did you take out the trash yesterday? Yes. And then there could be a pause, and then it could continue. But that pause will be less than a second most of the time. Now the other scenario of this is something that happens probably on a daily basis that you can point out now that you're going to be made aware of it. Once you start thinking about it, you might see it all the time, whether you're watching TV or movies or in everyday interaction, wherever you go, is a typical response where someone asks a question such as, did you like the movie last night? And the response might be, yes, and it's kind of drawn out. So then automatically the questioner knows there's something coming after that. There's a but. So usually what happens is when that response is given, yes or no, then the other person who asked the question says, but what? Because they automatically know that something's coming after that. Now that is typically a more truthful side of this, but it still could be deception. They still could delay that yes or no in order to give them a little bit more time to think, because the liar automatically knows that by delaying that word or stretching it out, that the person asking the question is going to automatically assume that there's an explanation. So if I say no, and then the person who asked the question, I would just wait for them to say, but what? And then I could continue. That gave me even more time to think about my response. So if somebody is aware of this and they could use that as a part of their lie, then it could fool the questioner into believing that it was truth because they solicited the response. So that could be a reverse manipulation tactic on their behalf, which is something that you need to watch out for. So anytime there is a delayed response of yes or no, whether it's a quick answer of yes or a quick answer of no, and then a pause and then an explanation, or if they stretch out the yes or no answer and then the explanation comes after with a however or a but, then there is sign for potential deception, and you need to be aware of that. You need to watch out for other signs, because there will always be more than one sign. That battle between the conscious and the unconscious is never ending, and they are fighting head to head. So if you miss it, or if you maybe had some reverse manipulation and you got manipulated, don't worry, because there will be more than one sign. If this is your first time watching these videos, I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Comment with any questions. In addition, if you'd like more information, there are books, podcasts, ebooks, blog posts, all available on spencercoffman.com that are dedicated to teaching you exactly what everybody is saying. Until next time.